Praise be Jesus and Mary. Today's saint, St Rita of Caccia, was born in Italy, in that town Caccia, in 1381. Even though at an early age she wanted to become a nun and had clear signs of a vocation, because of pressure from her parents, she married instead. And that marriage turned out to be a very unhappy marriage. Her husband was very abusive to her, a violent and cruel man. After 18 years of suffering in this marriage, Rita's husband was killed in a brawl. He was a violent man, remember. And the circumstances in which he died left Rita very concerned about the salvation of his soul. Moreover, she had two children, two sons, and these sons were contemplating taking revenge, killing the killers of their father. And Rita, despite her prayers, despite her pleadings with the sons, wasn't very successful at trying to dissuade them. So she became concerned about the salvation of their souls as well. And realizing that sin is the greatest evil that could ever happen to anybody, she began to pray to God and say, Lord, if nothing else works, if there's no other way for my sons to save their souls, please take them from this life before they turn away from you completely. She made that prayer to God. Of course, she loved her sons, didn't want to see them dead, but would rather see them dead than in sin. So she prayed to God, take them from this world before they turn away from you and lose their souls. And it seems that Rita's prayers were answered because both her sons did die. A year later, they contracted dysentery, died reconciled with God, at peace with God, having forgiven those who killed their father. Her husband dead, her sons dead. Rita was able then to pursue that vocation that she originally had, to be a nun. She entered the Augustinian nuns, and from 1413 till 1457 she lived there, practicing heroic virtue and also endowed with mystical gifts from God. She shared in a special way in the passion of our Lord. She received, in fact, a wound in her forehead as if caused by one of the thorns in our Lord's crown of thorns. After her death in 1457, immediately miracles were reported, and she became a well-beloved saint. Although for her canonization to take place, it took a long time. She wasn't canonized actually until 1900. So such is the life of St. Rita, and the takeaway, I think, is simple, and I'd like to focus just on that conviction that Rita had, that sin is the greatest evil in the world. The Baltimore Catechism puts it very well and very succinctly. It says, sin is the greatest of evils because its effects last the longest and have the most terrible consequences. All the misfortunes of this world can only last for a time, and we escape them at death, whereas the evils caused by sin keep us for all eternity and are only increased at death. And this is true, of course, for mortal sin, but even for venial sin. Venial sin is the second greatest evil in the world, right after mortal sin, because it too can have eternal consequences in the sense that it can forever diminish our glory in heaven. It can forever diminish our capacity to love God in heaven for all eternity. It forever has its consequences, any deliberate venial sin. That's why we should avoid both mortal and venial sin and grow in that conviction and live according to that conviction, as did St Rita of Caccia and all the saints. Praise be Jesus and Mary. Amen.
After watching this video, if you would like to grow in love and knowledge of the Immaculate Virgin Mary, consider a subscription to the Missio Immacalatae magazine. The Missio is a bi-monthly magazine published by the Franciscans of the Immaculate for over 15 years. Every issue of the Missio features articles about Our Lady's privileges and her mission in the Church and world for the sanctification and conversion of souls. The Missio takes to heart the ancient saying of the Church, De Maria Nunquam Satis, of Mary you can never say enough. You can subscribe online at missiomagazine.com, that's MISSIO, magazine.com, or go to the homepage of airmaria.com. Back issues of the Missio are also available upon request. The Missio is a practical way to behold your mother and take her into your home. Ave Maria.